I am now on the Varenne. I have just launched from Fuller, which is very nice. Free parking and free launching. So something to retain for the future. And I could just spend the night at the next port, because it's beginning to get a little bit late. And La Roche-Bernard, and where I've been before. So I think probably tomorrow I'm going to go to sea. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, three nice days, and then we'll see about the wind. So I'll have to see about a port where I can spend maybe a day and a half to be on the safe side. Beauty of spring. These lovely green leaves are coming out in all their glory. Lovely wood over there behind those trees each side of the pines. And the sun is setting. I'm soon going to be at La Roche-Bernard. The sun is down, so it's we've got about half an hour of light left to get into the port and find a little slot. This is the lock at the end of the Varenne of Arzal, and after that it will be the sea, and we've got about 12 knots of wind. So, but unfortunately for the first part it will be quite unfavourable. And we've got a few boats waiting to get in. We're going to wait for the boats to get out, and then we go in. This is the Arzal. This is coming out of Arzal. It's still the Varenne. But we're in the tidal part, and so down there towards the sea, and we're just we're an hour and a half before high tide, so there shouldn't be any risk of running aground, hopefully. No mistaking, this is very much the Morbihan, these lovely little fishermen's houses. It's a fishing port, and they're all fishing boats. And well, it's been fine so far, because it's nearly high tide, and I'm following very exactly the channels marked by the buoys. There's the little charming port where I spent the night last night. I was expecting to have to take a buoy, but they've built some pontoons, so which makes things rather easier to get to the Capitainerie. To go and pay my €11 just for tying up, no electricity. Even the lady admitted that was a little bit on the expensive side. So there's my first port marker to get out. It's a little bit complicated, but this is how I got in last night. You just have to follow the markers to get out through the channel and out to sea. And I'm going to La Trinité-sur-Mer. There's no wind this morning. Hopefully there might be a little this afternoon to save petrol, but I was absolutely amazed last night to see how little petrol I'd actually consumed coming from the Varenne. The golden silence of sailing. We've all got our head sails up, and I believe I'm doing, yes, I can see on the GPS that I'm doing 2.5 knots. It's a very small wind, and I'm on a large reach on a wide reach, I think we call it in English. There we are. And there's the coast. There's the south of the Isle of. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the south of. It's what separates the sea from the Gulf du Morbihan. We're passing in front of the Gulf shortly, and then I'll make my way towards La Trinité-sur-Mer for this evening. It's really rather beautiful, it's very calm. This is the peninsula of Rouy, which is to the southeast of the Gulf du Morbihan. And they will be crossing the entry to the Gulf du Morbihan, but without entering, because I'm continuing towards La Trinité-sur-Mer, from where I sailed for the Navicularis regatta in 2011 with a number of priests, seminarians, and the Bishop of Quimper. It's quite amazing. I was at the time of the TAC, and it looked as if I was going to be following the TAC into the Ordinariate, which didn't happen. Quite honestly, I just don't know. Well, I'm leaving La Trinité-sur-Mer, which is behind my head, and I'm going to the Isle of Quiberon, and I've got to spend 3 nights there. Tonight, Monday night and Tuesday night. So I've got to watch the boys here. There we are, and so a peaceful time for reading and for using the computer. It'd be nice if I can get Wi-Fi, otherwise I have to use my phone. Oh yes, it's all down there on the left there. The channel for getting out. That's a mussel and oyster bed. So I don't want to get involved with those poor little creatures, unless it's to eat them. There we are. Oh yes, it's the wind is from the yeah. Just got to get a little bit further out before I hoist my mainsail. Oh yes, right, okay. At last I'm sailing in a full reach. It's not a very energetic wind, but I'm now doing 2.2 knots, which is well, for such a it's a very quiet wind. Going up towards the campsite of Le Mondu at Carnac, where I spent some time with my ex and my mother-in-law. After the Navicularis regatta of 2011. So I've already seen these waters. Over there, that's the peninsula of Quiberon, where I'm going to go for the night. I can already see the port with a forest of sails around there. So there's there's Carnac. The banshees are howling, or rather the wind in the rigging of hundreds of boats. An impressive noise as the wind whips up, and there are small waves even in the port. This is where I'm going to be holed up for the next 2 days at least. Wednesday morning, I'm leaving port. This is about 12 to 13 knots, maybe gusting at about 15, something like that. Sea's a bit choppy, as one would expect, but it's coming from the land, so there's no ocean swell. Yes, I'm just about on course for going past the entry to the Gulf du Morbihan. I'm going to get as far to the east as possible, get out of this big bay before this afternoon when the wind starts to freshen. So under sail, and I've got the small jib up, so that will help to stabilise the boat without any excessive problems when we get more wind. Oh, all of a sudden it's yes, because we left the land, it's the wind is softened. Anyway, don't want to take anything for granted. Yes, I'm a little bit off course. I'll think about that. Okay. Well, still at sea. Back on course, about halfway between the port Haliguen and going towards the peninsula of Varenne, which is to the south of the Gulf du Morbihan. Just about crossing the channel, but from a big distance, so I won't get that much current. In any case, it's the neap tides, and so that's done about 10 nautical, maybe about 3 or 4 nautical miles in and out, which is that I'm presently at 3.7 knots, which is rather good. So just keep going. The wind is very light, and I'm getting gently surfed on the waves, so it's getting the boat forward. And then I'll see where I am in this afternoon when the wind starts whipping up a bit. It's really great out here like this. I'm still in a full reach and not in a dead run, which is very good. Okay.